My name is Shara Begum. I'm Joint Centre Manager at BSc Multicultural Services. We were originally the Bangladeshi Support Centre because we set up 24 years ago to support people from the Bangladeshi community. Since then, we've transcended a name. We are supporting people of about 40 to 50 different nationalities. So it is really important to make people feel welcome. Just a little bit of reassurance, that bit of gesture that somebody is welcomed, that they are valuable, that they're important. It can go a long, long way for women who have a lot of vulnerabilities and barriers such as language issues, lack of understanding of the NHS system or how things work in this country. Bangladeshi women can find themselves being pressured into things they don't want to do, but in a very subtle way, purely because they don't actually understand what to expect. It means that if somebody's suggesting, oh, we should do this and that or the other, they don't have that knowledge to say, actually, no, I don't want that. Often Bangladeshi women don't understand what the birth plan is. If you don't know what to expect, you're not going to say, I don't want my mum there, or I don't want this to happen, or I want this painkiller. If they don't know about it, how can they actually put that onto their birth plan? It's really important to explain what the birth plan is, what are the type of things she can put in there. A lot of the Bangladeshi people that come to the UK, about, I would say, guesstimating 80% are from a region called Sylhet. Now, in Sylhet, the language is a dialect. It's not a written language. And therefore, people don't have that range of vocabulary to describe pain. Whereas the actual Bengali language itself is very rich. It's so rich that it's got 4 different words for the word love. That shows the evolution of the language of a country. In England, we only have 1 word. But the Sylhet, as I said, the Sylheti dialect is not very evolved. And people often find it very difficult to describe pain, what kind of pain it is. They often describe their different parts of their body wrongly. So they might say the word for liver as heart or kidneys as liver, etc. So it's very, very hard to sort of actually understand where that pain is, where they're feeling that pain. They can ignore symptoms, which we'd know that they're symptoms, but they don't always realize it. So as an example, I have one lady at the moment, she's actually a family member. So when she got a phone call at 1 a.m. after a visit to A&E, to say that she needs to go back in again, she totally ignored it. 2 days later, she still hadn't gone in. So it's really, really important for midwives to be very, very present and explain the dangers, the risks, and just to make that person understand the risks to themselves and to the baby, unborn baby, without, it causing fear. And also just to show that they're listening, that they're caring, that they value that person and their experience, and that happy time that it should be having that baby. A lot of the people from Bangladeshi community are Muslims, not all of them. We have many people from Bangladesh who are Hindus, there are Buddhists, and there are Christians. A lot of people don't realize that there is actually a lot of religious diversity, but the largest proportion of women from Bangladesh are going to be Muslims. There will be some cultural or religious differences. Cultural differences exist anyway. There might also be some religious factors. As an example, after a child is born, you might see the father whispering something into the baby's ears. And what they're doing is they're calling out the call to prayer, which is called the azan. And I know a lot of midwives find that quite strange. They tend to do it very, very loudly when it's a boy child, as opposed to a girl child, but it's done for both boys and girls. Within the Muslim religion, cleanliness is really, really important. So when the baby's born, people feel it's unclean. You might find that the parents are asking, when can the child have a bath? When can the baby have a bath? And therefore they're going to need to be explained a little bit that they can have it after 48 hours or whatever it might be, but also why. Why can't they have a bath straight away? Often they'll have a lot of fears inside but feel that they can't vocalize them because of the fear of looking silly, looking stupid or uneducated. The key thing to working with anybody from a different community, be they from the Bangladeshi community or any other community, is to treat them exactly as you would treat your family member or loved one. Speak to them. Don't be afraid to ask if you don't understand, if something seems a bit different. We love being asked about our religion, our culture, about ourselves. As humans, we love talking. And we love it if somebody's giving us that attention and asking nicely, politely. I have people asking me all the time, and the first thing they say is, "Oh, please don't take offense." I'm not going to take offense. I love, speaking about my culture and the differences and helping people to understand it better. Just like I'd like to find out about anybody else's culture. We're not all the same. We don't all fit into the same box. In fact, I think it's lovely that we have so much diversity in this country and we can learn from it. The colours, the smells, the flavours that we can get from diversity is amazing. So it's really important for midwives to recognise the differences and appreciate them and celebrate with mothers and just be kind.